What's up, guys? This is Boesky, and you may be wondering what I'm playing right now, and that's a very valid question to be asking. This is Doritos Crash Course, which was a free Xbox Live Arcade game released, I think, like a few years ago. And again, you might be wondering why I'm playing that. Again, a very valid question. So I just kind of had to get something off my chest, and I felt like this would be the best venue to speak about it. So, and I chose a non-violent video game to express those thoughts. And, I mean, honestly, there's not that many I own that fill that criteria. I mean, even Portal 2, great game. Now, you wouldn't really associate it with violence, but I mean, there's turrets in there. And, I mean, not a huge deal, but get into that. Anyway, so recently, as some of you might be aware, there was a shooting in Charlotte, and I mean, yeah. So I would first like to extend my condolences to everyone affected there, and getting to my point. Anyway, so in the United States, there's a pretty high level of mass shootings, to say the least. You might think, well, I mean, people die everywhere all the time, but for first world countries, we pretty much top the list for mass shootings. I mean, just look at Aurora and Sandy Hook, and there's countless other examples. Columbine. I mean, they're everywhere. You don't have to look far. And something that comes up after every single mass shooting is the media or politicians will always come up and say, we can't politicize this event, and we can't, we have to mourn now, and there's not time, like, we shouldn't be using this event to try and ride on politics and do something about gun regulation. Usually, is usually the conversation that comes up afterwards. And it's true that respect should be given, and we should be careful about how we proceed afterward. But if you don't do anything, I mean, what's going to change? Really though, if we're not going to make an active effort to change something, and I'm not saying the answer is necessarily regulation, and there's other ways to go about it. But if we don't do anything, then why would the circumstances change? I mean, come on. I don't think it doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. If you don't do anything, it's going to continue. Like I said, like gun regulation. Although it seems like it would be, it seems like it would be a good solution, and not necessarily take away all guns. Or at least just federally mandated background checks. I think that'd be a pretty good idea. And actually, there was polling after the Sandy Hook shooting, and the overwhelming majority of Americans thought it was a great idea, but nothing happened there. And so yeah, regulate or mandated background checks, or limits on high capacity magazines or assault weapons. I mean, yeah, sure, they're cool, they're fun to shoot, and I understand that. I've shot guns before. It can be fun, but you don't need something that's made to go on assault missions in times of war. I don't really yeah, fun to shoot, but there's no reason for you to have it. So, but anyways, another huge issue that always comes up is the media involvement in these coverage of these shootings. There's an interview with a forensic psychologist called Mr. Dr. Park Dietz. He gave an interview about the media's involvement and how they are partially responsible for some of this. And so some advice, he always constantly tells media sources to avoid these 6 things. Don't use sirens starting a news story. Don't show photos of the killer. Don't do 24/7 coverage, and yes, I'm talking to you, CNN. Don't make the body count a headline. Don't give an anti-hero story. Don't prop them up. And then try and localize the story, and then make it boring everywhere else. And I mean, going back to his 5th point, the anti-hero if you looking at past coverage, I mean, they get the media attention for someone like this is astronomical. You'll see it on every major news network for several hours a day. Pictures of them, videos of them. I mean, they go like dig through their past and show all sorts of things that, you know, oh, this could be a possible catalyst for what they did, but at the same time, you're giving them ridiculous amounts of attention for something that they don't deserve. So, yeah, I mean, for someone that sees that in a damaged state of mind, they might think, hey, I'm going to get the same attention or more attention if I can do similar things. And for someone that's disturbed, you know, that's not ridiculous. That's not a ridiculous conclusion for them to jump to. So, I don't know. I'm sorry for the somewhat serious content of the video today. I'll be getting back to normal stuff at least in time if I stay on a halfway decent uploading schedule. But I just want to end on something that I would say most people are probably familiar with. It's Einstein's definition of insanity. I mean, if you do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, then, I mean, you're insane.